What's up, Dream Trippers? I'm going to the top of the comp plan. Are you coming with me? The thumbnail in this video is me as a youth playing the drums. When I was a kid, I grew up in the church, and the type of music we played was gospel. And all I ever wanted to do was play the drums. So finally, at 7 years old, I got my opportunity to let her rip. Now, the minister of music was my Aunt Cassandra. If you want to know how my Aunt Cass operated, just think Sister Mary Clarence from Sister Act. She was the spitting image of her, and she's passed now, but let me tell you something. Aunt Cass was not to be played with. And out of every instrument in that church, her biggest annoyance was always the drummer. Why? Keep time, stay on beat. And if you got off beat, Aunt Cass would snap you right back in. Jesus loves me, this I know. And boom. If you missed that beat, she had no problem correcting you right there in front of the whole church organization, because the drummer is the one musician who can throw everybody off when they lose the beat. The singers feel it, the piano feels it, the organ feels it. The whole song changes. James Brown understood this. He famously wanted his musicians to think of every instrument as a drum. Why? Because everything had to do with contributing to the rhythm. Go listen to James Brown when he screams, "Hit me!" Listen, the guitar becomes a drum. The horns become drums. The bass becomes a drum. Everybody is playing something different, but everybody is marching to the beat of the same drum. And that's how this business has to operate. There is a rhythm to this business. Invite, expose, enroll, develop, repeat. And when everybody keeps time, you create something called momentum. But when everybody starts playing their own song, you lose the rhythm. Genesis 11 tells a story about the Tower of Babel. An entire people came together and said, essentially, we're going to build this thing all the way up to heaven. Real arrogant, right? Now, their objective was wrong, but their unity was incredibly powerful. They had one language, one communication, one objective. And God said something extraordinary. Nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do. Think about that. Their unity had made them so effective that the way to stop the project was to disrupt the communication, confuse the language, and you break the rhythm. That's the lesson. If everybody speaks a different language, follows a different system, promotes a different direction, and keeps a different beat, we can't build. But get an entire organization speaking the same language, running the same plays, showing up to the same events, driving towards the same vision, and suddenly you don't have a bunch of individual musicians anymore. You have a band. Everybody doesn't have to play the same instrument. Everybody just has to keep the same time. So when somebody gets off beat, don't abandon the song, just get back on beat. Because momentum is nothing more than enough people doing the right things and the right rhythm long enough for the whole organization to start moving together. One vision, one language, one rhythm, one drum. Now march. Fix that brain.